Hey, what's up, dear viewers of the tube? My name is Mark and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about different strategies of dealing with opiate withdrawal at home. So if you want to learn more, definitely stay tuned. So yeah, we're going to talk about some of the best methods of dealing with opiate withdrawals, and I wanted to really emphasize something. These are not strategies to deal with addiction. I personally believe that if a person has been taking something for a long period of time and it became more of a habit than an actual addiction, you need more than just go through a 5 to 6 7 day withdrawal process. You need much more than that. So this is going to be primarily about dealing with the acute stage of the withdrawal, not the addiction. So I am not a doctor, as you obviously know, and all information in this content is for educational and informational purposes only. And just read the disclaimer so you know that I am not responsible. I'm not affiliated with any drug manufacturer or supplement provider. I just go by my personal experience as well as the experience of other people that I know. And of course, I've done some intensive research over the course of the past 5-6 years, and I believe that I know a little bit more than some other doctors know. And another very important thing I wanted to mention, that these dosages and dosings schedules that I am talking about in this video are not compatible for everyone. For example, if you've been using hydrocodone for 3 months, you may not need to take as much as somebody who was shooting heroin for the past 5 years. And if you are somebody who is slim, fit, and have a fast metabolism and you exercise every single day, your case might be very different than somebody who is extremely overweight, has diabetes, for example, and is bedridden. So this is a sample size of people that have done these experiments are, it varies a lot, and in most cases, this was based on somebody who is in their mid 20s to 30s, average weight, height, normal metabolism. They do some exercise here and there, and these particular people were abusing oxy or oxycodone, 120 to 150 milligrams per day. Just wanted to kind of bring it to your attention. And like I said, this guide is basically for acute stage of the withdrawal. It's not really a guide for somebody who is already detoxed and went through this physical withdrawal phase and now dealing with POS, which is post-acute withdrawal syndrome. And POS really more mental battle that person will be having or might be having now after he or she has quit opiate addiction. I'm sorry, I mean after they've gone through this 5-7 day period already. So yeah, once again, this is strictly for physical withdrawals that person might be going through days 1 through 7. And in first method that I want to talk about is GABAPENTIN. GABAPENTIN has been researched for many years, and this medicine has been known to be very effective in treating opiate withdrawal syndromes. If you read the little paragraph I've included here that talks about GABAPENTIN, it's an anti-epileptic medicine, and I've actually used it myself many years ago to deal with the acute stages of opiate withdrawal. And I have to give credit to I think his name is Matt or Mitch, I forget already, to be honest with you. See, he's from opiateaddictionsupport.com. I was actually on his website every single day. I wrote a lot of emails and comments to his posts, to his blogs, and he actually responded. Very nice guy. I definitely recommend you checking out his website, his YouTube page. So yeah, I learned about gabapentin there. I know it's not over-the-counter medication. I know you have to get a prescription from your doctor, but I know a couple of guys that I, dealt with in the past. They actually were able to buy it from some Canadian or Indian pharmacy, and they said that they were skeptical about using it, but they said that thank God it turned out to be okay. So I'm not trying to direct you to any particular pharmacy or get it illegally, but if you can get your doctor to prescribe you gabapentin, it will probably help you out. The problem with gabapentin, the tolerance gets built extremely fast, and you should start tapering as soon as possible, probably after day 4. And I would not recommend anyone using more than 14 days because withdrawals from gabapentin are horrific on its own. But again, if you take it responsibly and you taper starting on day 3, after the worst of the withdrawal, you should be okay as far as building dependency on this. Obviously, you need to introduce healthier habits when you stop taking any medication. So protein shakes, multivitamins, probiotics, all that good stuff, mild exercise, and in my personal experience, and again, I could be, we're all different. They talk about taking 600 milligrams 3 times a day, and in my opinion, that's a little bit too much. Again, you'll probably see my my face in my videos. And I'm not a young guy anymore. I'm no longer spring chicken. So I've done this 4 to 5 years ago, just for a couple of days, and I believe 200 milligrams was actually good enough for me. So just giving you my feedback. Do not just take 600 just because somebody says take 600. Take 200 milligrams, wait for an hour, see how you feel, assess your situation, and if you need it, you can always take more. Remember that you can always take more, but you cannot, undo what you did, right? So try not to go overboard with that. Anything could be, pretty dangerous. And although I don't remember reading anything, any fatal consequences as a result of gabapentin for opiate withdrawal, but still, I'm pretty sure if you take more than you need, you're not going to feel comfortable. Like, you're going to be druggy, you're going to feel sleepy and tired. And this medication is not really used for somebody who's detoxing and has to go to work. This is really for somebody who is going to be able to lay down and sleep it off, basically. And second method that is very common nowadays is clonidine. So clonidine is very known to a lot of people. It's actually been used for many years, and originally it was designed is a blood pressure medication, and now people use it for off-label purposes, and it supposedly does great stuff. I've also tried it many years ago, actually before I even heard of gabapentin, and it does definitely help. It improves your anxiety. It helps with the restlessness. It helps you sleep better, and helps with many other side effects that are accompanied, when you're going through opiate withdrawal. And again, it might make you dizzy and might make you sleepy. So this is not something you want to take and drive to work or go to work in general. I doubt anybody is in the right mind will actually go to work while going through withdrawals. So, but still, keep it in mind. And I know that now there's a new medication. It's called lofexidine, which is I'm not even sure how to pronounce the brand name of the medication, but this was recently approved to be used, for opiate withdrawal treatment. And although I do not know a lot about it, but I know quite a few doctors actually been talking very highly of it. And but again, somebody that I know that I actually met with not a while ago said that this medication is basically a carbon copy of clonidine. Basically, that's what he said. I do not know if I can trust him with that, but he actually said that it's very similar to clonidine. The good thing about lofexidine is just it does not cause hypotension. In other words, it does not drastically drop your blood pressure like clonidine does, clonidine. So with clonidine, they said that it's good to use 0.1 milligram 3 times a day. In my personal opinion, it's better to take it for the first few days, first 3 days, and then you want to taper it also, because again, you don't want to go and sit on something for a long period of time. These methods that I'm going over with you guys, they're not designed to be taken, to replace your drug of choice. This is strictly to deal with first 7 days of your acute opioid withdrawal stage. So I do not know how lofexidine works and how it really impacts your mood and everything else. But again, studies that I've read online and those independent studies, they actually say that it does help tremendously with opiate withdrawal. But again, I don't know how people feel on how they feel without taking this medication. So in my personal opinion, try not to take too much of anything, and try not to take anything for a long period of time. Hey guys, before I published the video, I was actually editing the video, and I've done some additional research on lofexidine, loose mira, and surprisingly, I actually was surprised myself. I thought it was just another big pharma scam, but surprisingly, most people that actually gave their input, and I'm talking about real people on YouTube comments and different forums online and Reddit, they actually said that lofexidine did help them tremendously. And I can quote you a couple of commenters. 10 days clean thanks to lofexidine. Lofexidine is heaven sent drug. Thank you, lofexidine. So I definitely want to look into this a little more, and maybe it is worth for you to discuss it with your doctor, the opportunity to use lofexidine to deal with the opiate withdrawal syndrome. And my favorite method of dealing with opiate withdrawals, loperamide and vitamin C megadosing. Again, this particular strategy is could be a little scary to people, because they said loperamide is crazy. It makes you constipated. Taking something in such a large dosages is dangerous. You could die from it. Well, you will not die from taking 40 milligrams of loperamide. Let me tell you that right now. If you are curious about it, you can definitely do additional research. But when you're going through opiate withdrawal, you're gonna have GI problems. You're gonna have diarrhea. You're gonna have hopefully not, but might be vomiting, whatever. So loperamide, taking 5-6 pills of loperamide while going through opiate detox is absolutely normal. Taking 20 milligrams might be a little scary, but again, you will not be constipated, I guarantee you, because of the side effects of the actual opiate withdrawal. And again, if you taper things as you go, you will not have a problem. So people talk about taking 40 milligrams plus 3 times a day for the first 3 days, then 30 milligrams twice a day, days 4 and 7, and then after day 7 you take it as needed. You will probably need to take it for a couple of weeks just to deal with the GI problems, but you do not want to take more than you need. So don't take it just to kind of mask your withdrawal symptoms, or don't take it just as placebo after day 14, for example. And also one thing I need to mention is that it's recommended to take anti-acid like Tagamet or Zantac before you take your loperamide. Supposedly it helps it, bioavailability is better for, when it comes to crossing the blood-brain barrier, whatever it is, I don't know. But they said that to take some anti-acid. And one thing to kind of guarantee you, not guarantee you, but to ease your constipation concerns, you can definitely take vitamin C in larger dosages. And I've made a video about it, and a lot of people actually posted on this video saying that they actually used it and it helped them tremendously. Again, it's very critical to take as much as you need first few days. But vitamin C, you should start taking it 3 or 4 days before you begin your detox. And why is that? Well, you actually will kind of cleanse your body like that, because it is antioxidant, and as an antioxidant, it will make you kind of poop and a little more than you normally would, and it just help you get rid of all this nasty stuff in your intestines. And also it will kind of prep your body to be able to absorb more vitamin C later on. And by all means, vitamin C, I've do vitamin C mega dosing on a regular basis without going through any detox or withdrawal. I take easily 7, 10, 20 grams a day, and I feel 100% fine, better than I've done, without taking vitamin C. Gives you an energy. Vitamin C has been used for many decades as something that helps people with, HIV and AIDS and cancer even. So vitamin C mega dosing is definitely a godsend. But you will not hear government officials talk about it, because obviously big pharma will probably be in danger if everyone knows about benefits of mega dosing of vitamin C. And of course, with this strategy or any other strategy that I've talked about and that you talk about, you always have to include major life changes to be able to deal with your opiate withdrawal or any other withdrawal, really. You want to do mild exercise. You want to eat properly. You don't want to eat sugar and sweets and processed foods and Cokes and Sprites and Pepsis. You want to definitely meditate and pray. Meditation and prayer alone can do wonders. And 90% of people that I've observed, that I've interviewed, that I've spoken to, those that actually successfully quit their drug addiction, every single one of them basically said that I found God within me. I was praying and God gave me the sign. God or universe did this, or universe, it was meant to be. So a lot of people get very spiritual, and the mindfulness and meditation and prayer are definitely something that everyone should do when they detoxing from opiates. And of course, multivitamins, L-tyrosine, L-theanine, 5-HTP, those are also amazing, terrific substances that you should be taking on a regular basis, especially for the first month or two. So there are also other different strategies that include, kratom, phenibut, tianeptine. There's different nootropics you can use, but again, those nootropics are also addictive. So you want to be able to, if you choose to go with, let's say, phenibut or kratom, make sure to use it for no more than 10 days and taper. After day 3, you must start tapering. If you're taking capsules, it's easy to taper, but if you buy powder, kratom powder from the internet, it might be more difficult to taper because you're not sure, you cannot measure the dosages correctly each and every time. So keep that in mind. I can make a separate video about nootropics alone, but this relatively short video was mostly about something that you can get your hands on. Going to GNC or Vitamin Shop or any other health food store, or you can get them online. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. I hope this will help somebody. You know, if one person will benefit from this, I consider my job well done. So alright guys, hope to see you in my next video, and now peace out.